Hello, everybody. We're live.
Hello, Guilders. Welcome in to Sunday Night D&D. I am your humble host, Timbo the Wizard. My pronouns are he, him, and I'm so excited that y'all could join us this fine evening. We're going to dive right into the game after a brief recap, but before we do so, I want to go around and give my lovely players the opportunity to introduce themselves, the characters, and what they do in general. Let's go from the bottom this time. Galaxy, why don't you go first?
I'm Galaxy. My pronouns are they, them, and I am playing the cleric Melu Goodsong.
Perfect. And then just reverse order going up. Ellida, aka Raichkyu.
Hello. I don't know why I started like that. But I am Raichkyu. Pronouns are she, her, so is Ellida. So I play Ellida, wild magic sorcerer extraordinaire, chaos time. Yep.
Chaos time. Beautiful. I couldn't have put it better myself. I'm just getting quick in here as well, just to add to
Now
general.
recording.
Perfect.
Hi, Craig.
Thanks, Craig. Hey, Craig. Beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Raich. Mystrich, why don't you go next?
My name is Mystrich. I use he, him pronouns. I am playing Brennard, the Hobgoblin Artificer tonight. I stream over on my own channel, twitch.tv/Mystrich, and I love to talk about TTRPGs and play all sorts of games there.
Perfect. Excellent. And last but certainly not least, Domino.
Hi, I am Domino. I play Cera, the warlock. Her pronouns are she, they. My pronouns are he, they. And you can catch me at twitch.tv/DominoRBG occasionally or on Twitter.
Beautiful. Excellent. All right. So before we dive into the session, who would like to give the recap for an inspiration point, like usual?
I still have my inspiration point from last week, so I need to keep that. Somebody else can.
Do
I
the inspiration
can.
points reset from week to week?
No, you hold on to them until you use them. But you could give it to somebody. You could if you have one, I'll say that you can elect it to somebody else if you wish.
Oh shit. Okay.
Interesting. I mean, if that's the case, then I think I'm the only person that used my inspiration last week.
Oh, I think I want. I don't have one anymore, so I'm assuming I used it at some point.
I think I remember you using it last week as well, Melu.
Yeah.
Can't remember
Did I
100%
use
what
it?
for though.
Time to double check.
Would you like
But
to
I know
do the
definitely.
recap, Sarah?
I know Cera definitely did. Sorry, what were you saying?
I was saying, do you want to do the recap, Dom?
Oh, I mean, if you want to go for it.
Okay, I can do that. So last week, we started with some PvP. We were on our way to Flamekeep in the airship, and we had a bit of downtime, so we decided to train a little bit. And during that training, we had an all-out brawl between the four of us. We were supposed to stop when we dropped to half hit points. Several people did not, meaning that Ellida went unconscious at one point. However, Melu won, and they had a little dance party with their spirit guardians. After that, I believe we had a really intense conversation about a bunch of like planning stuff for the dragon idol and things like that. And in that, Melu and Cera had a conversation. Not Cera, sorry. Melu and Ellida had a conversation, which resulted in Melu sending another sending message to Viola, correct?
Yeah.
And she's in a place that's very hot. We found that out. And Brennard remembered that he cannot actually make the dragon idol, because the fake dragon idol that we were trying to make, because he traded away all of those memories for a cool shield when we were in the dreamscape. So that came back to bite him a little bit. So he had to go send a message to his cousin at some point. And then we had like a tense conversation about what our plan was for how we were going to try and trade Viola for this fake dragon idol we were making. And then we arrived in Flamekeep. We went through customs and managed to safely sneak all of our magical items through there through some like very choice last minute uses of some of our abilities. I believe that was Brennard's doing. And then after that, we all kind of split up to do a bunch of various things. To like, just our first day in Flamekeep, we found an inn, and then we all went off to do some stuff.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. Excellent. Does anybody feel like they have anything to add to that? That felt pretty complete.
Yeah, I think that's everything.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right, excellent. Yeah, go ahead and take that inspiration point. Yeah, so when we kind of left the party last, y'all were headed off in various different directions. Brennard had headed on over to the lightning rail station. Cera had gone to indulge in a little bit of retail therapy, and Ellida had headed off towards the library, while Melu had stuck around the inn attempting to commune with their god. Let's go ahead. Yeah.
Did we talk about the message that we got from Fancy Man?
Oh, yeah. Also, Melu used sending to message Fancy Man at the end of the session, basically saying that he was going to regret what he was doing and threatening him about their friends and hurting their friends, and that the gods were coming for him in an attempt to intimidate him. And he responded with, it is not possible for me to experience more regret. Which is terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
and makes you question what's really going on.
Yes.
Indeed. Yes, so we had ended with, on such a cliffhanger as well, the questions and the motivations of Fancy Man called into question. I think let's go ahead and start with Melu. So Melu, you see your friends kind of split off into down the various streets of Flamekeep, headed off on your different missions, your own different goals and intentions over the course of several hours. I would probably say that y'all probably would have made the goal to meet back up eventually, maybe after maybe 6 or so hours, so that way y'all could talk about the different things that y'all found, and because I feel like overarching wise, y'all are looking for a way in to Flamekeep, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So Melu, you kind of head back into the room, the little private room that you've bought at the Golden Dragon. It's fairly nice in here. It's peaceful, and you're kind of looking down in. It's on the third floor of the establishment. This is kind of the high end Golden Dragon, and it's a multi-tiered in, and you have this kind of nicer room, kind of peering down into the street, and the natural sound is flowing in. What does it look like as you attempt to commune with Valinor? Your god.
Okay, so I think what Melu does is they kind of, if the bed is not already kind of out of their way, they're going to shove it off to the side a little bit, and they're going to sit on the floor. And they're going to set their holy symbol in front of them. And then around that, they're going to set down, a bunch of, small animal bones that they've collected and foraged over the years in the woods, usually to use as, hunting tools and things like that. And they're going to set their hand axe down as well, which is something that they would frequently use in the process of hunting, when they were hunting more frequently. And they kind of set it down with some candles and some incense around them in a circle. And they try to just close their eyes and meditate and focus either their attention on their holy symbol or just generally meditate, and sitting there and kind of focusing on the smell of the incense and the flickering of the candles and just trying to get into a state. If there's a house plant that they can pick up somewhere, they will add it to the circle. Some form of nature.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a small little plant in the room that's on one of the shelves that you're able to easily pull down and add to the circle. As you're doing this, go ahead and make me either a nature check or a religion check, either at advantage.
Okay. What is my nature? Shoot. Okay, I'm gonna go religion.
17 on both die.
Oh boy. Okay.
Interesting. So I think that you, Melu, you arrange this small circle, this small gathering, and light the incense, and you just following your instinct, you sit down in the center of this small arrangement. The plant kind of like centralized directly in front of you, with the bones arranged kind of around. The bones are like segments on a necklace, and the plant is an amulet or a pendant, and it's placed near your like religious symbol, right? The plant, you just get this sense to place them onto one another.
Mhm.
And as you do so, you sit down into the center position, and again, just following your instincts, you fall into a trance, kind of similar to your standard elven trance. But this feels different. As you're sitting there, when you trance, you remain fully cognizant, fully aware of what's going on, and the same as the same as in this moment as well. You still very much feel anchored in the room, but as opposed to when you would normally trance in those moments and you would be diving back into your own memories, you feel like the smell of the incense heady in your head, and like and filling you. At first you feel like maybe it's just the incense making you feel a little funny, but as you're kind of breathing in deep and regular, you find that you have access to some different memories that you have never encountered before in your head, and you're not sure whether or not. And it's like this funny moment of realization where it's almost like they've always been there, and it's like, how did I never see this before, right? Like that moment of an illusion, right, where you can see the illusion suddenly. You're like, oh, I've always should have been able to see it like this. How can and not being able to see it feels impossible, right?
Yeah.
and and as you're kind of diving in, like cautiously at first, you see that this perspective is not from an elf's eyes, but it's from the eyes of small animals, small woodland creatures. Like you definitely get the sense that like there are multiple memories in here of from different small woodland creatures. Like you watching, you see like the perspective of clearly a bird flitting through the air, another of a small squirrel like skittering across the ground up a tree, um, and the other thing that you mainly notice in each of these memories of these small creatures, in the background, you there's an overwhelming presence of sense of fear, but you also see the same dark-skinned figure just eviscerating horrible monstrosities. They are cutting them down left and right, wielding a large like great staff that they're spinning just effortlessly, and there's just it's very like it's almost like you're seeing small little clips. You're not None of these are full complete images, and the environment changes from moment to moment, but you see the character that you recognize now as Ravon, the former chosen of Balinor. Or their antlers like gleaming in the light as their weapon spins, and they are striking down just eldritch abominations. And the final memory that you have access to, it's even more confusing than these other ones. This one doesn't even seem to be an animal sensory experience. It almost is more of a feeling. Like it almost like in this moment you feel like you don't sense anything other than the feeling of being Ravon in this moment. You feel tired, you feel exhausted, and there is a moment of terror followed by relief, at which point, almost like a phantom pain, you feel your antler get severed from your head, and it falls to the ground in this vision. Almost instinctively in the real world, you put your hand up and you feel your antlers are still there. But you like through this like almost out of body experience, you can like sense the antler like being picked up, and the individual picking it up has the same presence to them that Lady Marie and Tereth did. And that's the last thing that you remember.
Okay. Okay. Melu is still holding their antlers. Do they feel any different at all, or do they just feel like they're there still?
As you touch them, you recognize that they've actually grown slightly, about half an inch.
Ooh.
Oh. Okay.
Oh.
Melu just sits there with the feeling like they did something right, but they're very confused still. They're working on it. They're learning.
And
But
I think in that moment, as you're sitting there, you see, like, you're sitting there kind of like rubbing your antlers and thinking about it and taking it in. The wind blows in to the room from the wide like double windows like that lead out to the patio outside that lead directly into out to Flamekeep proper, and
Mhm.
silhouetted perfectly between the doorways you see the Cathedral of Flame, the centermost point of Flamekeep, like kind of almost like illuminated in the golden light of the sun in this moment. And it feels like not necessarily a part of the vision, but you feel like significance.
Okay. Okay. Um, Melu will like go out to the balcony. Um, is there anything significant about the or I know you said it was obviously significant, but is there anything about the cathedral that looks different than when we first kind of like walked in at the moment? Like does it feel like there's any like it's trying to show me something specific, or does it look the same?
Not particularly. It's just it's almost as if the day has been overcast up until this point, and then the clouds have moved apart just in the perfect way to send like this perfect god beam of light down directly onto Flamekeep, making it just absolutely light up with the golds and silvers that adorn and decorate the building.
Interesting. Okay.
You also notice, kind of turning around and looking back at the circle that you had stepped from,
Mhm.
you see that the plant has kind of grown and interwoven itself with your religious symbol.
Oh. Melu will walk back over to it. Um, and they'll kind of very gently start to take the religious symbol from the plant because they need that. That's how they cast magic. Um, but they'll kind of pet the plant a little bit, and I think they'll give it a little water. They're gonna steal this plant before they leave, but like obviously we're not leaving right now, so they just like put it in a sunny spot, a spot that's gonna be a good amount of sunlight for that plant. I feel like they would know that.
Absolutely, yeah. And you see that the plant, upon being placed out into the sunlight, the leaves on it bloom slightly brighter, and you see it grow a fuller green color from the exposure.
Aw, the happy
All right,
plant.
amazing. It's loving it. Amazing. All right. With that, let's go ahead and cut on over to Brainerd. So Brainerd, you head on off from the Golden Dragon. It's heading off through city streets. You start off in the upper section of Flamekeep, and heading down to the left. You pass by the charity house, which you recognize is probably a place where these upper crusters, probably to feel better about themselves, and the impoverished in the lower side of the city probably leave their goods in order to have them be bought or be given to the less fortunate. As you're walking by, you hear a man like kind of parishioning out front, and as you continue, he's just like it's just general kind of like end of the world style stuff. It's nothing, save your souls. It's pretty basic kind of doomsaying, more or less. And you make your way over the bridge. It's a pretty short walk, and you find yourself in the slums down below. This area is pretty poorly maintained. A lot of the buildings have fallen into disrepair, and you see several poor individuals like dressed in rags and stuff, just walking around. You do see that there are like a couple of buildings that like do seem to have like a few people like milling about like on the outside, almost as if they're just like hanging out there as you progress. Sorry about that. But yeah, it's a quick jaunt. If you don't do anything, it's a quick jaunt over to the lightning room.
Yeah, I don't think I have too much to do here, so I'll keep heading over to wherever the House Sinus Enclave is. If there's like anyone who's kind of like asking for coins, Brennard's probably going to give them a few silver pieces.
Sure, yeah, there definitely like are a few small like beggar children that will definitely ask you for a few coins, and will like taking them will run gleefully away. Absolutely. I love it. All right, fantastic. Yeah, and you make your way on over to the Lightning Rail Station, which is where they have this basically post office, right? For letters. Seeing it is the house station as you walk in.
All right. So he'll greet who's ever at the counter and just say, "Morning. I got a couple things I need sent over to Sharn."
Yeah, you see that running it is a small halfling woman with like square glasses on her face, and she goes, "Yes, excellent. Here you are," and she'll pass you like a little slip. It's got like all the information on it. And she said it'll be 3 gold pieces to send.
All right. So the first one is this, and he hands over some papers where he's drawn out what he needs, and like probably folded up, but so it's all the diagrams that show the shape, the dimensions, the size, etc. And then where he's hoping to have it delivered. Should we have it delivered here, actually? I just want to, because we would have talked about this plan a little bit. Like, are we planning on doing this, like, here or on the trip home as a group? Or are we, like, hoping to do this once we get back home?
Good question.
Well, we still don't have a definite on Viola's location. However, the way that they made it sound was, if we can contact them, they can just kind of like bring her wherever.
Mm-hmm.
So we could do it here, or the smarter thing would be to actually get the Dragon Idol back to where we want it to be, safely, and then try and negotiate.
Okay, so have this done in Sharn.
That's making the most immediate sense.
All right, yeah. All right, so yeah, then I'll have instructions that like I'll be picking it up from Roran once I get back, and then the second thing I need to send is I need this letter sent to, or I need a message sent to Z, and I'm gonna have them send a request for 2,500 gold pieces to House Cannith for mission expenses.
Okay.
Mission expenses.
2,500 gold.
Zed over here looking at the expense report like, what the fuck?
Amazing. I love it. Okay. And sorry, just to confirm, so y'all are intending on picking up the Dragon Idol back in Sharn.
Correct.
Okay.
And I will spend
Very
my
nice.
6 gold pieces on those messages.
Excellent. Yeah, and she will happily take the messages from you, and send them up, and stamp them accordingly, and take your money and bid you farewell. As you step out into Lower Flamekeep, you find yourself like the workers district is a little bit more northward of you, but the area that you're in, it looks like at one point it may have had like one or two churches like around this place in this local neighborhood, but like just like looking around, the churches themselves seem to be a little defunct. That I feel like that kind of sticks out to you, Brennard, as you're walking around. That like you see like a lot of these places, a lot of these churches have kind of like seem to be a little run down, and some of them are like have their windows boarded up and like have their doors boarded up and things like that.
Brennard's gonna kind of peek around. He's gonna try and figure out if are they for other religions or what can he tell?
Sure. I'm gonna say just glancing at them, you do notice that all of these churches definitely seem to be for the Church of the Silver Flame.
Yeah, I think, can I find someone and ask them about it here?
Sure. Yeah. Absolutely. Are you looking for any kind of person in particular?
I'll probably just stop someone on the street, say, hey, I'm from out of town. I'm surprised there's so many closed down locations around here.
Sure. Go ahead and make me a persuasion check.
16.
Yeah, I think you pick just a random worker off the street. He's fairly rugged, wearing an apron. You get the sense that like he's a worker, potentially a smith, much like yourself. And you ask him the question, and he goes, "Oh well, ever since the calamity, ever since the mourning happened, a lot of these smaller churches just can't keep up in popularity with the high church up at the high end of the city." And he'll point over to like the upper section of the city where that kind of slopes upwards, and you'll see not like an incredibly opulent church, like you were up in the higher end section, so it's like you've kind of like lost a little bit of sense of this kind of stuff, but it's still a very nice looking church, and definitely the nicest church you've seen in the lower section of Flamekeep up until this point, definitely. And the man will go, so many people started going to the high church that a lot of these smaller places had trouble staying open.
Makes sense, I guess. Feel like a lot of people had a bit of a question of their faith, even in the Silver Flame after that.
The man will grunt in approval, and he'll say, and people say the man that runs the high church up there, that he does good work too. Septus is his name.
Alright, well. Thanks for the information. Like I said, just kind of new around here. We're visiting on some business. And he kind of points out his, like, Caneth pin, and he's like, just caught me off guard. I didn't expect to see, Silver Flame churches run down around here.
Yeah, it's a shame. I'm Arneth, by the way, and he'll move to shake your hand.
Brennard.
You got a strong grip. I can see that. I see that can't.
A lot of hammering.
I could tell. I do a little smithing myself up in the work section. Just you know, coffer blades hasn't been as high since the war ended, but you know, I keep busy.
Mind if I check out your workshop?
Sure. Yeah, and he'll take you over to his workshop. You see that he's a pretty fine craftsman. Um, Quality blades. It seems like he gets a good supply of like ore from like the surrounding. It seems like he's got a good ore guy. You can tell by the workmanship, right?
And so Brennard would kind of like eye things up and down, kind of look at around. Um. Hmm. And I think he'll just, I don't think I really have anything I need to do any further, so I'm just gonna hang around with this guy, maybe share like tips with him or something.
Sure. Do you offer to like go like get a drink with him at like a bar or something like that?
Yeah, why not? If he's not busy.
Sure. If you bring up upon bringing up drinking with him, he'll say, "Didn't you know? Flamekeep is a dry city. You can't drink booze openly."
Oh, I'm sorry about that. Like I said, new around here.
He'll take stock of you in this moment, and he said, "I mean, I didn't say we couldn't go get a drink. I just said you can't drink out in the open."
All right, well then, lead the way. Take me where you were going after work anyway.
Hmm. I like you, Brennard. Yeah, let's go get a drink. And he will take you over to the slums. One of the places that you kind of notice people dilly-dallying outside of. And they'll kind of like going inside. It's it's just like it's like a hovel basically. But pulling up like the tattered, ratty rug, you find a trap door, and opening it up leads down below into what could be only described as like a rowdy tavern scene where there are several folks that are just like that are drinking, and like there's music that's playing. It's like a very kind of rowdy moment. It's like a much different kind of vibe than the rest of the town is. Like the rest of the town has like a much like kind of more solemn vibe, but like people are like openly drinking and guffawing and stuff down here. It's a little surreal as you come down.
All right, yeah, I'm definitely gonna party it up down here.
Oh yeah. And the drinks are good too, surprisingly. Like you were expecting kind of rot gut stuff, but yeah, it's pretty tasty silver Flamekeep ale. Excellent. All right, so Brennard's starting to party. Let's go ahead and cut on over to Ellida. So Ellida, you had headed off towards the Flamekeep library at the end of the last session. What were you looking for anything in particular?
Yeah. I think more so trying to trying to like decipher the riddle that was given to us about the reliquary.
Right.
That's what was her name? Maria something. All that.
Yeah.
And maybe also kind of just checking for some on the side too to see like if there's anything recorded about what happened to Galaxiebot after the Order of the Perfect Peace or anything like that.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and make me either a religion check or a well, okay, sorry. So, before we get that far, Ellida, you make your way on over to the Flamekeep library. It's a large and kind of, I would say almost like Greco-Roman style building. It's got like these large kind of pillars and is clearly made out of out of marble. It sounds a little bit at odds with the rest of the structure, which are very clearly like silver and kind of gold adorned.
Huh.
This structure is a lot more simple, comparably. But as you're making your way closer, you see that there are a couple of like city watch guards standing like at the ready by the library, and you see that there is like basically an individual that is holding the gate. They are the like the primary entrance into the library. You see somebody like basically like a ticket taker almost, it's kind of waiting there in like a small booth.
Hmm. Okay. She's gonna approach the ticket taker person.
Sure. Yeah.
Is that there a path there? Like, is they the people that are guarding, are they behind the ticket taker or in front of them?
They're like kind of on side, right? It's almost like there's like a spinning door almost to one side, um and you see that like the ticket taker is not the right word. They're I'm trying to think of what the right word would be. Basically, they're managing the front of the library, and
Okay.
they're behind like a little bit of a grill to you, and you see them like look up at you as you approach. They're kind of like a small sniveling man with just really like greasy combed over hair, with like just like an expression on his face that makes him like constantly look like he's smelling something bad. And he looks at you with very tiny beady eyes, um, and he goes, I don't recognize you.
Oh, well, it's probably because we haven't met yet. I for one was wondering how I could gain access into this library.
Only bishops are allowed access to the library. He'll say, and he'll kind of almost like immediately like start like going into customer service mode, right? Where it's like you get the sense that he probably gets asked this all the time.
Oh, oh, uh, bishops. How do you become a bishop in a place like this?
In order for one to become a bishop, you would have to ascend the rank of the clergy of the Silver Flame. It
Can
could
you?
take many years.
Oh. She just looks around really quick. Are there any exceptions?
This is like the first moment I think that you actually have like properly have his attention. Exceptions?
Yeah. And then she whispers, exceptions.
We would make exceptions for one higher than a bishop.
She thinks for a second.
And you see him tap his chin. Like it's almost like this has become of interest to him because this is like the first interesting question that someone's asked him in a while.
Yeah.
If one were to have a writ of recognition and invitation from a well-respected bishop, they would have to be truly well-respected.
Truly well
boy.
respected. Truly. Sorry, I'm thinking about whether I want to do this or not. Hold on.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
No,
I
this is great.
immediately called it. I was like, here it is.
You
Yep.
did. You were so
I've been sitting here just thinking like, well.
I love it. Always just finding the perfect thing to go do. Amazing. What does Ellida do?
She immediately thinks that, well, she does not know a bishop.
Well,
and-
I mean, you might go ahead and make me a religion check.
okay.
You have training in religion. Go ahead and make me a religion check. You might know a bishop.
Yeah.
You got a,
Oh.
you got a 20.
Yeah.
Pretty good. Yeah. I'll say that with the 20, you know a bishop off the top of your head. When you were traveling the Church of with the Order of the Perfect Peace throughout the land of Corvair, you went to many different places, and we'll say that one of those places that you went to definitely had a bishop of the Silver Flame there, whose name was I'll say what his name was, but why don't you decide where it was? We can say maybe in Breland proper, like.
Sure. I'm so bad with geography.
Sure. I mean, I can't.
So,
I can't even blame you.
Breland is the country that the city of Sharn is in.
Yeah, that one.
Great. Perfect. I love it. Yeah, and we'll say his name was Tertius Bellator. I'll post that in the chat.
Tertius Bellator.
Bellator.
Whoa.
And he's
Tertius.
yeah, Tertius. Tertius? Whatever. Tertius.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I was
we'll
just
say
sounding it out phonetically for myself. Hold on, no, you're fine.
And we'll say he's the bishop of Rote of the Silver Flame, which I think is the capital of Breland.
Rote?
Rote.
Mhm.
Yes.
I'm writing this down. Oh, okay. I see how you spell it now. Okay.
With the W.
Kabaya. So Ellida says, I am actually I was sent here by the bishop Tertius Bellator of Rote.
Do you have some form of writ from them of some form of introduction, formal or otherwise?
No, because I was sent here in a very urgent basis. On a very urgent matter.
What could be so urgent that he could not write it down on a scroll?
I had to get here as fast as I could.
Hmm.
You'll be very unhappy if I come back empty-handed. Or empty-headed, she says.
Go ahead and make me a deception check at disadvantage.
No!
Was it the pun? Did the pun do it?
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god, 7. This is 7.
A 7. He'll say, well, I do apologize, Madame. I recognize how perilous of a position being an envoy for one of the bishops could be. However, I just am unable to help you unless I had some form of writ to prove your story to be true. But if you were to attain such a writ, then I would have no issue with that.
Oh my god. Can I like before I go, all out here. Is there a way to make Ellida try to think of something that could work as a writ? that I don't know is a possibility for a writ.
You don't have
I mean, you could try to forge something that could be like you'd naturally have to walk away to do it.
Yes, like please don't forge it right in front of him.
Yeah, just,
Yeah, maybe I mean, I do have really good calligraphy. I have something. I have something for this. I do because I do.
do you have a forgery kit?
I have a calligraphy.
That is a thing in D&D, so...
I have
It is.
I have a calligrapher's a calligrapher's supplies. I'm proficient in calligraphy.
Feels similar.
Yeah, that's what I did to kind of try to. Well, I tried to get us into the auction that way, but. Yeah, I say, you know what? He did give me something. Now that I remember. One moment. Go. Walk away.
Okay. Are you going like back to the Golden Dragon to do this, or are you gonna like try to find like a like someplace secreted away?
A back alley calligraphy job.
Yeah, is there anywhere
Look at
close
that.
by that I could get some kind of paper, and pen, something?
Sure.
Be
I
in the
would think you-
calligraphy
you-
kit?
Yeah, you
Oh,
have
and
a
I do
paper
have
kit,
it. Kidding.
Perfect.
Okay.
So I'm gonna say like yeah, you pull back from the front of the library purposefully. You head off down an alleyway. As you're walking away, you see that like the library itself, it's quite a large multi-tiered structure, with like, you know, there are other points of ingress into the building other than just the front door. Like you see windows and stuff, as well, both on the first level and higher. If
Yeah,
you,
let me
if
look
you-
at that. Let me look at that. Let me look at like different entryways.
Sure, yeah. Like, and as you're kind of just like you're kind of like taking in the scene a little bit more, you see that the building, it does seem to have like a few guards that are kind of like patrolling around like the exterior a little bit, like just in like a general pattern. But like several of the windows and stuff, especially on the higher entrance, higher up, you see are like just open.
How high are we talking?
Like I think you probably would spot an open third-story window, so like 30 feet up.
I'm not gonna lie, part of me was intrigued to just see how bad Ellida was going to spiral into this lie.
You could keep do the red as a backup.
Yeah, Rit's a backup. The Rit is a backup because now she is thinking about the open windows. And let me see here. Okay, so I don't want to waste my radiant. I don't even know how high my radiant soul would take me, but
How long does it last for?
1 minute, or until I end it as a bonus action.
So you can move. Wow, you can go real far in that. If you get 30 feet of movement every turn, you can take the dash action to move an additional 30 feet. So you could do 60 feet of movement, and that's 10 rounds. So you could go 600 feet, flight wise.
Yeah, let's
think that's
fucking do it. Let's fucking okay. I'm gonna just use it. It's fine. We're gonna use it.
Okay. So tell me, paint a picture for me in this moment. So Ellida ducks down an alley, looks through her calligraphy tools, and goes, eh. and then just takes to the air, like just the wings like burst out of her back, and she just flies up into the. Okay, I love it. Go ahead and make me a stealth check as you're doing this to see how well you can get through. Wow,
20. Hang on.
dirty 20 is pretty. That's pretty fucking good. Yeah, I think so. Like, Ellida, you're smart about this. Like, you know the limits of your own magic, and the wings. So, and there are like nearby buildings that don't go nearly as high as the library does, but you do recognize that like there's a couple of close enough buildings that you can get to the rooftop of. Like getting there, you briefly hide, wait for the patrol to go past, and then with the last like few turns of your wings, you're able to get up into the roof, through the into the library at the upper ingress point through the window, and you like land kind of superhero pose on one knee, and you look up and you see a librarian like literally coming up the stairs to look at you, and you duck behind one of the bookshelves. You are now in the Flamekeep library, where you're not allowed to be. What do you do next?
Emphasis on not allowed.
Oh boy.
librarian walking toward me, or can I wait until they walk past me?
You get the sense that they're pulling up behind them like one of like those carts of books. It's floating like on a magical platform, like being held aloft in the air. As they're kind of pulling it behind, and you get the sense that they're like reshelving books right now in this section.
Okay, cool. So, all right, neat. Elena's gonna use sorry. I'm gonna do prestidigitation.
Okay.
To kind of move to get the librarian's attention. Can I make it look like a book is falling and moving away from them? Can I use prestidigitation for that?
So I will say prestidigitation is a range of 10 feet. So you would have to be pretty close to the librarian, to this location that you're wanting to push the object away from.
How far away is she?
We'll say that in this in this space, it's like a 30-foot square room, and they're coming up like a small staircase at the edge, the far end from you.
Okay. It's just, oh my god. How big is this library? Like how is it like wide wise? Like I know it's tall, but is it like also very wide with rooms?
Yeah, I mean it's a fairly large library. You get the sense that there's like this may be one of the core religious libraries for the city.
Okay. In this case, is there anywhere else for her to crawl that maybe she can? Is there any doors? Is there a door or any kind of other room next to, like, that I can see?
Yeah, there are a couple of adjacent doors in this 30-foot cube room. The librarian is coming up the stairway on the opposite end from you, and we'll say that at the far end, there is a door on both sides.
Okay. Oh, closed, I guess?
Yeah, the doors are closed.
Jesus.
The room itself is lit with these kind of ever-lit lanterns, and they're glowing in the corners.
Can I knock over one of the lanterns?
With, like, prestidigitation?
Yeah.
Sure. Go ahead and make me a stealth check as you do this, because it's got a verbal and a somatic component, so you're gonna be making sounds while you're doing this.
Got a 12.
Okay, so you made this. Let me go in and make a perception check for this. For this person.
Please fail. Please fail. Please fail. Please fail.
She gets a 7.
Huh?
She gets a 7. Huh, that's odd. She'll kind of walk over to the lantern. That you've just pushed over with this kind of arcane push of prestidigitation. And she'll like kind of pick it up, and you'll hear her mutter to herself, "They're not supposed to do that." You feel like she's distracted enough. You could slip through. You could either go downstairs. You could go through either of the doors. What are you thinking?
I'm gonna try to dash through a door.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. Going through the door, you find yourself kind of in a small, closed-off study, study hall area. You find that this also, it seems to be unused at the moment, but it had been used in the past, right? Like there are books like adjoining the different surfaces, and yeah, but the lights kind of had been dimmed off, and as you enter into the room, they kind of light up automatically at your presence. And you are alone in this room.
Okay. Is there another door?
Yeah. At this point, if you want, I'm gonna go ahead and say that you can make you can start researching if you want. Like you can use this opportunity while you're alone in this room to try your best to try to get some information while remaining sneaky.
Yeah. I want to do that if I can. Maybe the books are by chance relevant that are in here.
Yeah, go ahead and make me a history check at advantage as you're doing research, like trying to like keeping your ears peeled for like sounds of people coming. 14. I'm gonna say, and you were specifically looking for an answer to the riddle, right?
Yeah, with other stuff in case it happened to be present. Like
Right. Would you reminding both me and our dear listeners what the riddle was?
arrange the Trinity and speak the prayer in the holy tongue.
Perfect. Yeah, and I think with the 14, you go through a couple of different pieces of religious text, and you find that the definition of the Trinity um, has kind of changed over time a little bit. It used to mean, or it currently means, like the soul, the body, and the mind, right? But in ages past, before, like before the advent of like the 100-Year War, um, the Trinity was a much more simple thing. It was light, heat, and ash.
Ooh. Okay.
And you also find that in your research, you do find like there is like a pantheon of angels almost associated with the Church of the Silver Flame, and you do see that there are angels associated with the concepts of light, heat, and ash as well.
Okay. Do they have names?
Sure. Give me 1 second. What are their names? They let's see. Uh, Ramiel, the light angel. Oh, let me write this down too. Ramiel, the light angel. Yophiel, the angel of heat. And Koratha, the angel of ash.
Okay.
Koratha. Go ahead and post those into the chat too.
Do I notice anything about any kind of? Are there any statues of them or any memorials of them in the city?
I'll say with the 14, and this is like one of the last things that you note in a book as you're like kind of looking over the like an atlas of Flamekeep that's dated to a few hundred years ago. Just as people are entering into this library door, into this room, you see that there in Flamekeep, there was a mural at one point to all the angels of the Silver Flame, and it was in the Cathedral of Flame itself. It was in the Cathedral of Flame itself, on one of the lower echelons near where the Pillar of Flame is, which you know to be the Pillar of Flame is the place where. Hold on, I have this written down. The Pillar of Flame is it is the center of the Cathedral of the Silver Flame, and it was born from when Tira Miran sacrificed herself by throwing herself into the flame to bind the demon Belshalor. So you know that flame, that pillar of flame, is housed at the center of the Cathedral of the Silver Flame, and the note that you said reads that there was a mural that was done in the vicinity of that pillar.
Okay.
And you're just reading this as creak, you hear the door creak open to the keep or to the room. Go ahead and make me a stealth roll.
I'm just waiting for this to go horribly wrong, honestly.
Yeah, you
Don't
reacted
allow
to that as if you
combat.
didn't know it was coming.
There it is. There it
It's a
is.
4.
It's a
I
4.
love how you're just like, I'm waiting for this to go horribly wrong. Meanwhile, Ellida has somehow found a way to get herself out of all of these situations so far, so...
I'm
True,
using-
you're right.
I'm using inspiration.
You're gonna use inspiration. Okay,
I'm
go
using
ahead and reroll. They rolled a 9 on the perception check, so all you gotta do is beat a 9.
Okay.
Ellida once again getting herself out of these situations.
I don't know how she keeps
Yep.
doing it, to be honest. I'm over here waiting for the shoe to drop, and it never drops, and I'm like, okay.
She can't keep getting away with this.
A 19. I'm gonna say, Ellida, you feel like the like hear the creak of the door in like your bones before you even sense it really, and you just manage to like secret yourself away underneath the desk as the door opens. Like you feel your like the eyes of strangers come into the room and do a hard sweep, saying, "Why are the lights on in here?" And you feel like their gaze come over like the desk you had just been sitting at, and like as that happens, you recognize that that incredibly ugly cloak that you've been wearing this whole time is like totally out in the open, and in a last ditch effort you pull it like behind into the snug space underneath the desk with you, just as the eyes would pass over, and you feel there's like a tense moment and you hold your breath, and you hear the voice of the female librarian from before go, "Yeah, the light in here, it just jumped off its pedestal. It was the strangest thing, and now the lights are on here. That's so odd." And clearly the voice of the guard will go, hey, "This place must be haunted like every other damn building in this town." and he'll shut the door, like turning the lights off as he goes. And Ellida like pops her head out from underneath the desk.
I feel like everyone in the party's ears kind of like start to burn, and we're all just like simultaneously like, "Oh, Elida's up to some shit right now. She can't keep getting away with this."
We all just know.
Oh god.
How does she have all of the luck?
Oh, you know.
Chaos
How?
magic, baby.
Chaos magic.
Fucking hell.
I am #blessed, baby.
The ASMR heritage is really coming in to play. I feel like. I think we're just gonna smash cut away from Ellida.
No, just keep on going.
No, I think it's enough. 19. If you want to, like, I think we're good in that scene. Ellida, we'll just say you get out, no problem.
We're going with the
Don't worry
lead
about it.
pure
With the
solid.
19
Let's go.
It's fine. We smash get over to Cera. So Cera, you left the Golden Dragon, seeking some excellent goods and high quality things, and you have found it. The high end shops in Flamekeep are nice. There's some really fine looking jewelry. There's some just the fruit stands and stuff, and like the general like food is excellent. It's all very high quality tier, and like I feel like probably Sarah's like helping themselves with some grapes and like some figs off of like the local carts and stuff like that, and it's a lovely place. Is there anything in particular that Sarah is looking for?
There was not anything in particular that Sarah was looking for. Maybe just something to she's just poking her head into shops, looking at carts, seeing if there's anything that really catches her interest. She's absolutely sampling some of the food wares. She feels just so at home here. Like it's so lovely. It's high end. It's clean. She'll stop to look at some of the magical items, and it dawns upon her. She's like, maybe while she's out, she'll pick up some things. Uh, Maybe she'll try and pick up a couple things for party members. Although like the back of her ear is just like really burning for some reason. She just cannot for the life of her decipher why. But she, thinks that a good place to shop might be like a bookshop. Considering that just about everyone in the party likes to read or like increase their knowledge somewhat.
Absolutely, yeah. And I think as you're looking around, through the delicious food stands and cries of like, try these grapes, nectars of the god, and such, people hawking their wares, you see a kind of like small, fairly humble looking bookstore, um, with a nice glass window, with many books and scrolls piled up in front of it, and on the window you see, it has it in shopkeeper font, right? It has the term, the summoning scroll.
Well, that's definitely interesting. We're gonna check that out.
Yeah, absolutely. And walking in, the opening the door, the bell tingles as you come in. You hear the sound of a gruff voice call from the front of the store. We'll be right with you. And you see, like, the store is actually deceptively large. It's like one of those funny little buildings where, the front of it is quite like narrow, but it's like it goes deep. Like it's like there's like it's like a 6 foot wide shop, right? Or it's like a 8 foot wide shop, but it goes like 40 feet down, and it's just like
Yeah.
basically like, yeah, it's like a very classic bookstore, and there's just books and scrolls and all kinds of like, and you see like there's a whole section of like funny knickknacks and stuff like over on like one section of the wall, and it is just the air is thick with the smell of musty books and parchment and ink. And as you kind of make your way deeper into the stacks, you see a dragonborn individual, kind of like organizing stuff behind the bar. Remind me what color scales this dragonborn has?
Ooh, actually, I did not specify. Um, let's say bronze.
I love it. Yeah, and you see this kind of bronze, scaled dragonborn, scale shining demurely in the light. This individual also uses ever glowing lanterns, in the store as well. And I think everybody would have probably seen them throughout Flamekeep. It seems to be the pretty natural structure for, lighting in this city. And you look down at the man. Go on and make me a perception check.
Sure.
21 perception check. He's kind of stooped over some crates of books and scrolls, and as he's bent over, you see that like, kind of like how a necklace would, right? An amulet has kind of flopped out of the front of his tunic, and is displaying itself kind of incidentally, and you recognize it, Sarah, to be the symbol of your patron.
She
Which is
gets an intrigued look, and she's going to look around the store again. Are there any other patrons in the store?
No, there may have been like one person in here that the Dragonborn was helping, but they've since paid and have left.
Yeah. In Draconic, Cera is just going to say, "It's a very interesting necklace you have there."
As you speak in Draconic to the man, he will stand up, and like look you dead in the eye. Go ahead and make me a deception check, Sarah.
Okay.
Or are you trying to like? Let me ask you this first. Are you trying to hide like your like intention to this person, or
She she's not immediately trying to give it away.
okay? That answers my question. Give me 1 second.
Yep.
Um, he got a 10. He is gonna say, in common. Sorry, friend. I don't think I speak that language you were talking there. How can I help you? And as he does this, he'll tuck the pendant back beneath his tunic. You go ahead and make me an insight check now.
Oh, I love it.
You get the sense with the 18 that you've made him uncomfortable.
She'll continue. Oh, my apologies. I truly did not mean to make you uncomfortable at all. But if common works, then I'll just speak common. Uh, it's a lovely shop you have here.
I have a lot of pride in it. We have a lot of interesting tomes, texts. Anything you're looking for?
Oh, I was just looking to, maybe pick up a couple of things for some friends. I'm here in Flamekeep on business. Have you been here long?
Long enough. About a decade at this point. Enough to collect some of this stuff, trade.
She looks around again and she, lets out a little whistle. You've got quite the collection, my friend. Would you happen to have anything on Dragon Marks, Draconic Prophecy?
He'll he'll stumble at the question a little bit, and he'll goes, "What would make you think to be looking to a thing like that at all?"
I think we both know what would, but if it should so help you, she uh begins unzipping like the front of her catsuit, and she fishes inside, and with a cheeky grin she brings up a necklace that resembles his.
When he sees the necklace, he groans really, really deeply. And the necklace is basically more or less like a stylized insignia of the Golden Shadows. And he'll groan deep and he'll say, "God damn it! I should have recognized it. You're working for that old scaly son of a bitch too."
uh Sarah will remember that he said scaly. Yes, it seems that I am as well. So, what was your name? Mine's Sarah. I'm sorry, forgot all of my manners.
You can call me. My name's Gronch. Gronchcraft.
Oh.
Crunch.
Sarah just
crunch.
oh. Well, Gronch, the pleasure is mine. She, stows the necklace again, zips her suit back up.
Well, as you know the deal, I have to help you with whatever cockamamie request you have. What was it? Draconic, what's it?
Let's cut to the point. I've heard
Please.
tale that there is a dragon idol here in Flamekeep, and it would behoove our patron that it ends up in my hands. Do you know anything about it?
Gronch will lean in and look you dead in the eye, and he'll say, What's a dragon idol?
She gives him a flat look. Don't play coy with me.
I don't know what you're talking about. There's lots of there's lots of secret shit that happens in this place. It's the religious capital of Thrain. Secrets are part and parcel. I don't know. I just run a shop for the most part. Sometimes I have people that come in like you with the pendant, and sometimes I go seek other people. It's how. I don't know what kind of deal you got going on, but I basically am told to just run this place. And he kind of shrugs at that.
Useless. Huh. So you know nothing about dragon idols. Do you know anything about the Draconic prophecy at all?
I might have that in one of my books over here, but it's not. I mean, it's more this. I mean, I'll level with you. I love my shop, but it's really more of a thrift store than anything. There might be a treasure here or there, but it's. And he kind of gestures to it, and you recognize that it's a bit of a mess. Like, have you ever been to one of those antique stores where there's just literally shit everywhere, and it's like, how do they organize it? And it's like, they don't.
Oh yeah, they don't. They just kind of group like shit together.
Yeah, that's pretty much the vibe of this place too.
Hmm. Hmm. Well, Granch, apparently there have been 3 dragon idols, that we know of so far. She's just going to explain, like, this whole thing to him.
Okay. Sure.
Just so
I think,
yeah.
yeah,
Go
I
ahead.
think when you get to the point where you mention and now we think that the third dragon idol is being secreted somewhere in Flamekeep proper, like the Cathedral of the Flame. He does mention, he goes, well, I mean, you show me the thing, so I literally have to help you in this moment. I am making a delivery of supposedly holy text that I just so happened to come into to Flamekeep itself. I could bring you along as a guard and get you in, maybe. The other way would be there's a tour that regularly happens, but the tours are pretty highly guarded and regulated. But I might be able to bring you in as guards, and then you slip away. You see him shake his head a little bit, and he looks at you and he says, "You recognize that? Like I'd be risking my station here, and you know, our mutual friend might not be the happiest about that if that comes to pass."
Our mutual friend will also not be quite happy if I let this thing get away.
All right, I'll let you make that call.
Taking the tour would take too long. I would loath for you to lose all that you've worked for here, however. But I'm sure that we can I'm sure that we can work something out so that you won't be looked on less favorably.
Well, I hope so. I've got this package ready to be delivered basically at any point. It would probably be the most helpful to you to do so in the evening. It'd probably be easiest to slip away in Flamekeep at that point. So we could make that delivery tonight if that works for you.
I believe that should work. Let me convene with my team and
Whoa, wait. I thought this was just you.
oh, no.
Oh, Lord, how many of them are there?
Well, there's 4 of us.
Oy. You see him do a prayer in Draconic?
I thought you didn't speak Draconic.
I was lying. I didn't know who you were.
I was lying.
She just grins.
All right, 4 of you. This man, this could go sideways real fast. All right, I'll try to meet you hour after sundown. Come back here, and we'll make our way.
Sure. And before I go, do you have any texts on Balinor?
Go ahead and make me a history check.
Oof.
I'll say at advantage because you're in this individual's bookstore.
Asking a lot of me.
Ooh, with the crit. Very nice. So 24 total. I'm going to say, Gronch goes, yeah, I've got a book about Balinor here. It's a little decrepit. It's a little bit of a romanticized tale of some individual named Ravan. I haven't read it myself, but it's a little too flowery for me. You know, I prefer nonfiction. And he'll hand the book over to you, Cera. Flipping through the pages, it seems to be almost like a Robin Crusoeified version of events that like you kind of heard about secondhand through like Lady Marie and Terra, right? There was some kind of war with like something nasty, and this chosen kind of manifested and was fighting back against it. And then at the end of the book, the chosen had to make a great sacrifice for the world. And that's kind of how it ends.
Yeah, so Sarah will be purchasing this. She's like, oh, this is perfect. And she's like thinking, like, but what about Brennard? Do you have any interesting spell scrolls?
Yeah, I've got some scrolls over here. And he'll kind of like gesture to like a big old pile of scrolls. I'm gonna say that you can get any second level spell scroll at cost from this guy.
Ooh.
Perfect. I'm gonna go ahead and let that percolate in your brain.
Yeah.
Tom. Because we are perfectly at time to go to a break, and I think this is like a perfect moment, like where the party kind of has a little bit of a plan going forward, and yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and take 10 minutes. We'll be back at the 40 minute mark. So yeah, stick around, go get a drink, go get a snack. We're gonna be right back.
Sounds
Thanks, everyone.
good.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back, Guilders, to episode 10 of Exploits of the Golden Shadows. I'm your humble Dungeon Master, Timbo the Wizard, and before we dive back into the action, I do just want to shout out our sponsor, Beard Sorcery. Grow a legendary beard with all the enchanted products, high quality oils, all kinds of good stuff over at Beard Sorcery. Check out the referral link in the Twitch chat, and you can also get 15% off with code Timbo the Wizard. Thank you again, Beard Sorcery, for the sponsorship. So yeah, when we last left off, the party had discovered a one way into Flamekeep via the commendable bronze dragonborn Gronchcraft. Just the best name. And the party was kind of reconvening. Before we dive back into that scene, though, a couple things happened. One, Brainerd, so you're drinking the day away a little bit with in the slums. why don't you go ahead and make me just a persuasion check, or just go ahead and make me just a charisma check in general, just
Okay.
to see how well you get along with these people.
All right.
"13. I think they like you. They like you. You're pretty well ingratiated, and you even hear a few little like rumors going on. One of the main rumors that you hear is like while you're drinking down in this kind of like subterranean speakeasy, you hear that there are other methods of getting around Flamekeep other than those streets above, and that beneath the city of Flamekeep there are also tunnels that are connected into like the sewer structure and such that head all throughout, kind of like interweaving themselves through the city. And there is even rumor that some tunnels lead directly into the cathedral itself, but most of them are secreted away and are usually like those are kind of whispered about like an escape tunnel for like the regent or the keeper of the flame to escape if the city is under siege, for example. And I think another small rumor that you hear is that like one of the local churches of the Silver Flame, kind of in the slums area, it's recently, like in the past few weeks, become completely defunct, and like the owner of that church has just kind of vanished. And like I think this is just like idle chatter that you're hearing,
Mm-hmm.
and like you hear people like claiming, oh yeah, old Sanguine, he, ever since everybody started going to that high church, um, it's just kind of been his time.
Can I make an intelligence check to see if like I can tell if the architecture of the city would kind of even support a tunnel system like that? Like, is it even plausible, or does this
Sure.
seem to
Go ahead
be?
and
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and make me. Do you have like stone? Do you have like masonry proficiency?
Let's see. I have Tinker's tools, Smith's tools, Thieves' tools. So no, I don't have a like stonemason's tools.
I'll say go ahead and make me a like just a Tinker's tools check at normal, just to see whether or not you think this would be possible.
So like intelligence with proficiency.
Yes.
Okay.
10.
I'm gonna use my inspiration.
Go for it.
All right.
17. Much better. Yeah, with a 17, you definitely get the sense that like the structure that Flamekeep seems to be built on, like it seems to be like channeled hard stone, and you feel like like if the right precautions were taken into place, you probably could cut tunnels into the stoneworking that would potentially like depending on how deep they go or their shape, they might even run underneath the water sections of Flamekeep and could take you into the cathedral itself. You think it's possible?
All right. I'm gonna note that down.
All right, beautiful. And so Ellida, you've been walking around the kind of residential area in the upper cluster place, and you're making your way back from the Flamekeep library. I'm just like imagining like you just basically jumped out of a window to a nearby building and kind of scaled down.
Did a Spider-Man.
Yeah, just fine. So as you're making your way back, go ahead and make me a perception check.
Okay. Here we go. 20, where'd you go? Here we are.
20,
Okay.
here we go.
Perception. 7. Feel it.
So I think that like you're making your way back to the Golden Dragon. You're basically like you're on cloud 9 right now, Ellida. Like you feel like you just made the people at the library look like chumps. You got in, you got out. Like
So cool.
you feel like a fucking bona fide badass right now, right?
Yeah.
You feel cool as hell. And as you're walking, like I think you're just kind of like caught up in the moment, right? Like not really paying
Yeah.
attention, and you walk down like an alleyway, or you walk down like a specific path, or follow a street, and that terminates suddenly, and you turn around and you realize that in this moment somebody had been following you and they had closed the distance 10 feet behind you, and behind you you see it takes you a moment to realize it because they look so different before than they did before. They have like they're wearing filthy tattered clothing, and their like dirty blonde hair is matted and like greasy. Their normally perfect and pristine face is like just like a massive acne, and they look just very poorly. And you see
Down
like
bad.
and you see like the feathers that emerge from his skin that would normally be so clean and pure and white are mottled like dark, like dirty. And you see Galadriel standing in front of you.
Uh-oh.
Oh my god. She's just gonna stare at him for a second.
And as you stare at him, he'll put his hand out to you, like his hand out towards you, and he'll go, "My child, it has been so long. Truly, this is a blessing that by the Maker themselves, for us to meet like this."
I am not your child.
But one Ellida.
Amazing.
He will act like he did not hear you, and he will go, "Yes, come, my child. Now that you have been found once more, we can restart the order, and we can reunite those whose faith have fallen. I've tried my best in this city of heathens, but truly now that the blessing of you has reappeared, we will be able to light the flame of faith in them once more."
What happened to you?
Make me an insight check real quick.
Okay. Oh. Mouse. 11.
11. You see for just a moment the mask slip, and he scowls at you, but he catches himself, recognizing that he's in public. But you also get the sense in that moment that he has not worn this mask in a while, right?
Yeah.
And he goes, when you departed, the faith was shattered, but lo, behold that you have returned. It truly is a miracle.
No, I'm not returning anywhere.
He'll scoff at that, and he'll say, "No, of course you are. Of course you have returned. Why would the gods not have put you in front of me if that were not the case? And the people of the order need you."
No, they don't. I know what happened. I know what you were doing. They don't need me. Nobody. I'm here because I'm here, not because.
He'll
Not
scoff
because
again,
anybody.
and he'll scoff again, and he'll go. "This child, she knows not what she speaks. We were doing the Lord's work. Truly, we help those in need." And you can tell, like, there's a small crowd gathering around you as this is going on. Like, the people of Flamekeep can sense there is something happening in this moment, and there's like maybe 10 or so people that have started to gather around.
My God.
And you hear them start whispering.
No, you're wrong. You're wrong. You're delusional. It's wrong. That's not who I am.
You are the daughter of one of the highest gods.
I am the daughter of my
honorable, and
parents. She yells.
My
he will-
parents.
He is trying desperately in order to maintain control of the situation. I'm going to have you make a charisma contest with him as you're trying to like back him down. So go ahead and make me either a persuasion or an intimidation check in this moment, and you're going to try to roll higher than Galadriel.
Also, the way that you said "my parents" just gave me
Mhm.
the same energy of like I need an adult.
Ellida, you are an adult.
I don't have their names written down. I had to say my parents. Oh
So
my
Galadriel
fucking god! What is
Galadriel
that?
gets a dirty 20.
Ooh,
Galadriel
buddy.
gets a dirty 20, and you definitely get the sense he is maintaining control of the situation. Like you get the sense that people like you're starting to hear snippets of the whispering, and you hear them go, "Oh, is that really her? Is that I thought that she had disappeared. Yeah, she had disappeared after the morning. Didn't they say that she caused the morning?" And you hear them start to like whisper, and he like you see he's like feeding on it. Like you see that his demeanor is changing as the people are starting to pay attention, and you see him gaining strength and grow confident. And he goes, "Yes, the child, she truly is confused, but lo, if she were to only return to the order, then the mourning would cease, and the blight upon the land that is now that once was seer could be healed." Response?
He just like looks at everybody like, no, this is the morning wasn't my fault, but her voice kind of cracks. It's like it wasn't my fault. None of this was you're all very I'm no better than anybody else. This is it.
You hear the whispers like in the crowd. People start to be like, "Could she really heal the morning?" But
No,
I thought she ran away.
no, what? How are you?
Galadriel is gonna attempt to move forward and like sidearm you and try to like convert try to like almost grab you not physically, but like sweep you along. And he's gonna say, "Come along, my dear. We have much work to do and much to discuss about the order."
I'm gonna elbow him in the side.
Fuck yeah! Go ahead and make me an attack roll.
I'm gonna elbow him in the side.
This guy.
Man, I can't believe I forgot how to make a regular attack roll.
Down horrendous.
I mean, you have a weapon that you use normally, right?
I do have a quarterstaff.
Well, I'll just make the straight quarterstaff roll, and I'll say that you like hit him with it. Try to get him with 13. 13's gonna do it. He's not wearing any armor or anything. Yeah, you whack him for 1 point of the perfect 1 point of bludgeoning damage. As you just like fucking you just interpose your staff between you and him, in a clear. That's not gonna happen, buddy. What do you do next?
I'm gonna say, get the fuck off of me.
Don't touch me, motherfucker.
Absolutely.
He steps back and he falls to a worshipful position, and he goes, "Please, I of course I deign not. I do apologize. Please do not smite me."
Huh.
The crowd has grown from like 10 people. There's like about 25 total people here now watching.
You're gonna be like, there's nothing to see here, just leave to all the people around. Just go.
Go ahead and make me a persuasion check.
14.
14. I'm gonna say that that's successful in getting some of the people to leave. It kind of swells down a little bit to like the numbers that had happened before. There's about 10 folks still there. And you see like some of them are like kind of like looking at Galadriel, and like he is praying right now. He's like saying a prayer, and you see like a couple of them kind of start to imitate him.
He's just kind of like having a little panic, a little bit of a panic in this moment.
Just a little panic.
Just a little panic in this.
Would you say that Ellida's pretty anxious right now?
Absolutely.
Oh, here we go.
Absolutely.
Go ahead and make me go ahead and roll me just a D100.
Oh boy.
Everybody, it's me.
Because I mean, you haven't really cast any spells today, but I mean, would you think that it's fair to say that seeing Galadriel kind of suddenly like this would be pretty triggering?
Absolutely triggering. 100%, 150% triggering.
Okay, beautiful.
We got a 2 on that table. Let's go.
You got a 2. Oh my god. Okay.
Oh no. That reaction.
Yeah,
Roll the
usually the
dark-
lower effects, I believe, are wilder.
Yeah. Roll on this table at the start of each of your turns for the next minute. So go ahead and just make me just 10 or 9 D100 rolls back to back as you have a massive anxiety attack, a massive wild magic surge anxiety attack.
Oh no. 9?
Okay.
We have hit reality warping, Ellida. This is House of M.
This
Yeah,
is not gonna be good.
This is Scarlet Witch, Ellida. This is the point where she just says no more mutants and just folks disappear.
Alright, hold on, let me
Ay,
1,
Dios
2,
mío.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 2 more.
This is wacky shit that's going on.
Did I say Sarah was developing a headache? I mean a migraine.
Sarah's head's about to explode.
Oh god.
Sarah's talking to Grotch and she's just like, oh my god.
Can't believe I rolled a fucking 1 and I'm very terrified for that 1.
Oh, boy, here we go.
Reroll that one. The effect does not stack, thankfully.
Oh.
There's the numbers in order for you, Timbo, for ease of looking them up.
Except the first
Thank
one is
you.
now 32.
Okay. Give me just 1 second. I'm tabulating all the effects. I've never had anything like this happen before in a tabletop game.
Surprise!
Oh boy.
Surprise. 39, 38. Oh gosh. Okay, give me a D6 roll real quick.
6.
Of course. Of course.
6. Oh my god. This is so silly.
She turns into a potted plant.
She's
It's
basically
gonna be
getting
like
everything in
Fairly
the
Odd Parents.
Green juice, common juice, giant snake, birthday cake, large fries, chocolate shake.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah.
You wanted this, right? You wanted chaos sorcery.
Yeah.
I did.
True.
Just bring it on. Just hit me with it. Let's go.
Roll me 4d10 as well.
Oh God, what is going on?
You said
The
40,
baby's-
10?
4d10. Yeah.
11.
Oh my
The
god.
babies aren't real, Wanda.
Oh no.
Rach is about to cause a second morning, I'm pretty sure.
I was about to say, like, Sarah was
My
just like, no,
opinion.
you didn't cause the first morning. This,
This one, a little
This
harder.
Okay.
this
So
one
a
might
lot
have
of
been.
things. A lot of things happen.
Okay, let's go.
a lot of-
Oh,
the first thing that happens, like Ellida, you like the stress of this moment, everybody's eyes being on you, your skin begins to glow like how it does when you're about to wild magic surge. But it doesn't just glow with one light, it starts to glow a lot of different colors, and as you shine brightly over the course of like each 6 seconds, you're shining a different color.
Happy Pride, everybody.
Happy Pride, everybody.
we did it.
In one flash, you turn like the brightness grows out from you, and it's bright blue, and then it glows back in, and your skin is now bright blue. The next moment, you generate a huge beard of just feathers that just generate out of you, and then you sneeze, and the feathers go everywhere. As this is going on, like the feathers like turn into like a massive fog cloud that just envelops the entirety of the space, filling it. And as that's going on, you feel like the
Here's the
ozone
morning.
of the of the air, like just filling up completely, like it becomes staticky and just like emanating from your body in a bright burst of yellow energy. Lightning lances out at Azrael and a few of the other people in the crowd, and they get shocked for 11 points of damage as just like lightning crackles out of them. You see as Galaxiebot and those other people just fall to the ground unmoving. In addition, you also, while this is going on and you feel like you want to get even smaller and hide, your body does the opposite and you expand to large size, filling up this space even more so. All eyes on you, like a head appearing out of the fog cloud that you had generated. And as that happens, you see like come like almost coalescing out of the fog a group of 6 incredibly strange looking like jellyfish creatures that don't seem to really understand what is going on or where they just came from, and they look like this. 1 second.
Oh no. Oh no,
boy.
did you summon a bunch of floomps?
I believe she has summoned a bunch of floomps.
Oh my god! This is like the opposite of a problem.
Out and are just like very confused
Yes!
about what's going on.
Oh,
And they
they're
look
so
like
bad.
this.
They're so good.
But
Oh.
it's gonna work. Oh gosh, what did I do?
It's working for us.
Oh,
Yeah.
did it work? Great.
Yeah, I can see it.
and they look like that. And you hear them like Ellida, while this is going on, you're free to run or do whatever during this moment. But like as this is happening, you hear the flumps kind of talking to each other in Celestial, and you hear them like going, "What are we doing here? I don't know. We took the wrong turn at Alpha Centauri, I guess. Why are we? I don't understand." And that's kind of all. And that's basically everything that happens. You're bright blue, huge, with a fog cloud center on you. People are dead, dying, or unconscious in the streets. And now a bunch of
Killed! Whoa!
I
mean,
all this happens over the course of a minute, and you see several like armed guards kind of like coming nearby, looking very confused, like they think there might be a fire.
And there's just a bunch of floomps.
Still
And there's a
giant?
bunch of flumps.
There are a bunch of flumps, and you're huge right now, towering over this. Yeah, you're a large-sized creature.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh boy. Oh boy.
there it is.
I'm just imagining like attacking the 60-foot tall woman, like.
God.
Here we go.
God, I'm too big! Where do I go? I'm too giant! Oh. Oh my
Giant
god.
woman.
Can I look at the floops and
What are they gonna do?
just say in Celestial, help me! Help me! Help me!
Oh,
Baby.
The flumps like look very confused, but they like understand you, and they go, "What do you want us to do?
Help me! Help me!
Help you how?"
Get me out of here! Help!
The flump will float over to you, and you will like you'll kind of like it's like not talking to you in Celestial, like, and you realize now that it's actually speaking telepathically to you, and the flump goes, it like puts its tentacle on your like it can't reach very high at this moment because you're so big, and it puts a tentacle on like your knee, and he goes, there in Celestial.
Oh my god! Oh my god! That's what I am. So just to be clear here, okay, I am standing at a dead-end alley with dead people and hurt people in front of me, and also
A fog cloud and hundreds of
fog
feathers.
cloud. I'm giant. I have so many feathers everywhere.
You feel like the giantness probably isn't gonna last forever, right? You feel like that's probably gonna wear off, but like looking around like behind you, you feel like you could probably pull your way over the dead end wall to the opposite side and run or whatever if you wanna.
Okay, I'm gonna do that.
Attack on Titan plays in the background.
Hey, remember when Brennard tried to make me giant and it didn't actually happen? And this is just this happening way later.
Yeah, and so Lita, you climb over the wall effortlessly. The flump is still like patting your knee as this is going on, and somehow becomes like gets caught on you, and him and all of his flump friends get dragged along with you. And yeah, and you just start sprinting. You just run for it. With the fog cloud being left behind, it's actually kind of difficult for them to follow you, even being giant. And after like a minute of you running through the town, with flumps kind of trapped, stuck on your leg, you shrink back to normal size. What do you go back to the golden dragon, or what do you do next?
Is she still blue?
She's still blue. The blueness. The blueness. How long does the blueness last? The blueness is. The blueness spell is pretty permanent, actually. It lasts for a long time. So you are still blue, Liam.
Oh, no,
How long is a long time, Timbo?
I mean, Raich doesn't know. She'll know when it wears off.
I mean, yeah, but I want to know.
We'll know when it wears off.
Jesus.
I'm gonna say that this looks pretty permanent, barring magical intervention.
Yep, you're permanently blue.
Oh, congratulations on being a blue ASMR.
Oh god. That's my head.
I got a blue ASMR that, knows all about that.
Amazing. And I think with that we'll smash cut back to the golden dragon. So I think Brennard, Cera, and Melu are all like vibing back at the dragon, like waiting.
I would like to say a couple things.
Yeah.
Number one, Cera got Gronch's contact info. Number two, she picked up that book for Melu. She picked up a scroll of vortex warp for Brennard, and then she also picked up a book of poetry for Ellida. And they're all just kind of like they're all just kind of like poems that clearly were written by someone that was going through a tough time, but they all have like a hopeful bent to them. Just something to read, like for comforting times. Cera also, just for some reason, like thinking about the plan and like going to break into Flamekeep and being guards for Garage, she also picks up 4 hooded cloaks as well.
Perfect. Absolutely. I'm gonna say all that runs you about 10 gold.
Damn, that's it.
Yeah, it's the cloaks aren't that expensive, and Gronch, he cuts you a little bit of a deal.
Oh, Sarah was willing to pay full price, but all right.
And the cloaks are high quality. The textiles are pretty good.
Ooh. So yeah, she'll be arriving soon with all of those goodies.
Absolutely.
Oh, thank you very much once you get there.
Yeah.
Thank you, Matt. They're mine.
I'm gonna just say that she's gonna arrive after Ellida gets back.
You just want to see the show.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I think we should all get on the balcony of our in-room and watch.
Amazing. Yeah. So Malu's hanging out back at the Golden Dragon. Brennard arrives, and then Ellida just like, are you just like, after you've shrunk back to normal size, are you just still mad dashing to the Golden Dragon, or are you trying to be a little bit more sneak?
I think she's completely lost it. I think she's completely like.
So it's just all any form of stealth just gone. She's
Yeah, I don't think she has the capacity to be stealthy at this exact moment in time. I think it's too
Are the
much.
flames still hanging on to her?
Oh yeah, the flumps are following her at this point.
Timbo, I would also, I meant to ask this, but I would also have liked to have purchased a wine bottle for the group since we
Sure.
can't get booze anywhere else in the city.
Yeah, absolutely. They probably would have charged you a little bit of a pricier point for that one, especially since you are an outsider. They probably would have charged you like 3 gold.
All right. Yeah, and I'll sneak that into my bag of holding. Then once we're actually at the inn room, I'll take it out.
Absolutely. Yeah. And so like Melu and Brennard, you see Ellida like running down the street and like a duck mother with some ducklings. The flumps are just following behind her.
And I'm blue.
Oh
And
no,
she's
is that
blue.
Alita?
Alita's not blue, right?
She's not, but that certainly really looks like her.
Man, that's weird.
That is... I feel like that's Ellida, Brennard. I'm pretty positive that's Ellida.
What do we do?
You see her run into the front door, and like you hear like stomping coming up the stairs, and then the door opens and shuts, and then it opens and shuts 6 more times as the flumps come in behind.
So it's a room of us and a bunch of flumps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alita,
Oh my
what
God!
happened?
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Alita, who are your friends?
Oh my god! I don't know. My friends are Braider.
They're being friendly though, right? They're not hurting you?
They're really nice so far. But
I figured she would have locked the door if they weren't friends.
You know, that's a good point, actually.
she's just like hyperventilating and like grabs a pillow and just screams into it.
What?
Screams.
You weren't gone for that long. What
It
happened?
wasn't gone for that long. They're here. They're here. He's here. That's the fancy man is not Galadriel confirmed because I just saw him and he is here, and they are here. And
Is he one of these things?
He might be dead. I might have killed him. I might have just killed him on accident. And then other people, also
Okay,
other people,
okay.
might have just killed all of them.
Brennard
Okay.
is holding on to one of the flumps like a stuffed animal now, just like he did with Spike.
It's very light. It's very cushy. The 5 remaining flumps that are not being held dearly to are kind of like clustered around Ellida, and you see them all are kind of like trying to make her feel better. They're like trying to pat her with their tentacles, and like they're not saying anything because they're telepathic, but you get the sense that they're like Ellida, you can hear them going, there, it's okay, and then but nobody else can actually hear that. They just look like they're patting her.
It's like, it's not okay. It's not okay, but thank you. It's not okay, but thank
I mean, well, you didn't like him, right? Like, you kind of ran away from him, so, like, maybe it's okay.
I mean,
There was like people I didn't. There was other people, Brennard.
well, I'm not quite understanding. Oh, you think you hurt other people?
Definitely other people. It may have. I think I killed some of them.
Oh,
I mean, were they
What?
attacking you?
No,
Well,
not yet. No. So they're. No, they were doing the thing, the cold thing. They were doing the thing again.
so then
Wait,
why'd you
not-
attack them?
I didn't. Brennard.
not yet or no? There's a big difference between those things.
I do want to point out as well that like it was totally in self-defense, but you did technically attack him as well.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I did.
Also, you know you're blue, right? I don't think you were when you left.
Brayden, maybe we should focus on the other things first.
She just
There
starts
seems to be a
crying.
lot to focus on right now.
Oh, Ellida, do you want a little help?
She's blue.
Ellida, look at me. Do you want a little bit of help? Do you want a little bit of magical help to calm you down?
Yeah, I mean, probably.
Okay. I will cast Calm Emotions on her.
Sure, and as long as the target is willing, they don't need to make a save, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Please
Yeah.
help.
So you feel like
if
an
you're willing-
overwhelming calm.
You're not sure whether or not it's the good juice from Melu or whether or not it's the flumps comforting pats, but you feel like the stress and the anxiety and kind of begin to ebb. And as that happens, the patting of the flumps becomes lighter and they like dissipate into stardust, including the one Brainerd is hugging. Brainerd,
what happened to them?
as it dissipates, you hear it think to you, "I'll never forget you."
Oh my.
Now I need the calm emotion spell.
Oh no!
And now Cera walks.
Oh wait,
in.
perfect. It's a sphere of 20 feet.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I'll get Brainerd in there too. It's a chill. It's a chill time. We're all chilling here.
Amazing. Sarah, like, I feel like
We're hotboxing the calm emotion spell.
We are. It's fine.
just as you walk in, right? Like, just as you're walking in, it's like just incredibly dusty, filled with like stardust from the
Now recording.
Hi, Craig.
from the flumps dissipating.
Cera just takes a look around and she goes, "All right, what happened?"
Well,
From what I've gathered so far, Ellida's old cult leader showed up and tried to talk to her and made her have a little bit of a panic attack.
And that's why she's blue.
I believe so.
She may have also killed some people.
Oh, right, that.
I am probably a murderer. Probably.
Okay. Well, she just sets everything down. Like she'll get to all the stuff later, and she just like walks over to Ellida and kneels in front of her, and she's kind of like checking her out. Okay, but other than this, and she gestures at her being blue, and probably really hurting a bunch of people, you're okay. Like, physically, you are okay.
Says, well, I mean, I feel pretty calm now, thanks to Melu. Yeah, but I think so. I think, kind of weird to say I'm okay physically when I have never had a surge like that in my entire life. It was like one after the other.
It was
That
stressful,
is a pretty
right?
traumatic and triggering experience that you just had. I can't imagine seeing your former cult leader like that would
He was
do
doing
well
it
for you
again.
mentally.
He looked so bad. He looked so gross. Like disgusting. Like he used to be like super, I don't know. He was getting people to listen again somehow like that also. Like it was really weird. There was like a crowd of people and they were all looking at me and talking about me, and it was oh my god, we have to get him.
Okay.
He might be
Ellida?
able to tell us something.
Ellida,
What? Yes?
deep breaths, please.
Wait, didn't you kill him? How is he gonna tell us stuff?
I don't know if I killed him. He was he was trying to usher me along with him, so I smacked him with my quarterstaff in the side, and then also like I did a bunch of things, a bunch of I think it was like electricity. It did this just stabbed him with some electricity, I guess, and he's in an alley somewhere. He followed me. He found me after he followed me. I think we need to go get him before the guards do, and if he's alive, we have to ask him. We can get answers from him.
If all that happened, do you think the guards didn't notice?
I think the guards may have him already if it was such a huge commotion. So,
Then we need to steal him.
okay. No.
Oh, yeah, Ellida, that's quite a lot. We've got stuff we gotta do here.
we can't add kidnapping onto our itinerary.
Well, the thing is, look, the thing is that if we're looking for Fancy Man, and Fancy Man became that cult came from my original group of people, then he has to have some answers as to what started this, or who Fancy Man is, or even where Viola might be, and I think that we should go get him.
Okay, I get where you're coming from. I understand that, but also, what happened to the cult is less important than us getting this dragon idol, so that we can then negotiate to get Viola back.
Yeah, that's pretty important right now, isn't it?
Yeah. I just wish I could have gotten that information myself, but it was right there. Everyone was right there. I could have got those answers if I had just done that.
You can't expect yourself to just be able to control or turn off strong emotions like that.
Yeah.
How are you supposed to know how would you react? Not only just having a stressful encounter, and then having said encounter go the way that you didn't expect.
Also, you know, you've never set off that many effects before. Maybe you can take it as a positive. Maybe you're becoming stronger.
Yeah.
Luke's kind of freaked out by that notion.
Cera puts a hand on her shoulder.
Brennard reaches into his pouch and pulls out the wine and says, oh, by the way, apparently this place is a dry city, so I got us this.
I think after all that, we're going to need more than one bottle. Thank you, though, Brennard.
Thanks.
I need to make a call real quick. She, steps out of the room real quick to call Garage, and she's just like, hey, look, we're gonna have to do this tomorrow. Tomorrow night's gonna have to be it. I'm sorry, buddy.
He'll kind of you'll hear an exasperated sigh from him, but he'll say, all right, I mean, you're the icon holder, so tomorrow it is then.
Thank you so very much.
You hear him go, rumble, mumble, fumble, and he doesn't really say anything, and his communication shuts off.
Oh my god.
Cera steps back in, and she's like, okay. So we should take tonight to regroup, try and de-stress as much as possible.
I found something out. She interrupts Cera.
I also found something out, so maybe we should share
Cera
that.
just kind of gives Ellida a look.
I found something out, but I don't think it's useful to our thing.
I just want it written down that before all of this happened, I did something so fucking cool.
What did you do?
So cool.
I'm a little worried about this. And Brennard pours himself a very large glass of the wine.
Oh yeah, I assumed at this point the wine is being cracked and there are glasses. And y'all are for sure drinking at this point.
Well, okay, so I before this happened, I went to the library and I they were like, you need a bishop's writ or something, and I was like, well, I know some bishops, and they were like, do you have anything to let you in here? And I was like, no, and then I I flew into a third-story room, and it was great. And I hid from the librarian, and I was so stealthy. She looks at Sarah, and she's like, "I was so stealthy. I was so stealthy." And I found some books, and I found that, you know, that riddle that Maria told us, about the Trinity and everything. There's this, we gotta go to the cathedral, the center of it.
I got the set. I kind of got the sense that that's where we need to go too. I mean, I didn't get any like official confirmation about it, but my god kind of pointed me in that direction, I think. It could have just been the wind. I don't know, the wind generally takes me to good places though, so.
Brennard,
This was
do
a
you
good
have
line.
something
The
to
wind
share?
generally takes me to good places.
So I found out that there seems to be a set of tunnels we might be able to use underneath the city. They were probably escape routes. My guess is that they might be like the cogs, like underground, possibly goblin ruins, who knows? But, you know, they go everywhere and probably could get us into Flamekeep without any notice.
Oh, that's helpful.
Okay. Is everybody done?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no.
No.
I need to steal this plant when we leave. And I point at Felix, my new house plant.
Sarah's just like, okay, yeah, whatever, that's fine.
Okay. I just wanted to run it by you.
Yes,
I-
Ellida?
I also found out that the Trinity is actually these pantheon of angels associated with the Trinity that is now, like, it's like soul, body, and mind now typically, but like before, when this stuff was written, it was like light, heat, and flame, and there's 3 angels and they have to be arranged. I think that might be our way to getting into those underground caverns that maybe Brennard was talking about.
I'm just gonna interrupt. I think, wasn't it light, heat, and ash, or light, flame, and ash?
It was
Yes.
light, heat, and ash.
Okay.
And pretend like she said that.
Okay, you
because
said
I-
light, heat, and flame, and that's why I was like, wait.
We gotta make sure it's right.
Wait a minute.
Yes, light, heat, and ash. Yes. That's exactly what she said. It was my bad.
Okay. Now I'll speak. I've secured a way for us to get into Flamekeep.
Oh.
There's a bookshop owner here. Apparently worships the same patron as I do, and well, he's compelled to help. And he has to deliver some pretty important religious texts. So we'll be accompanying him as guards. And with that, Cera tosses everyone a hooded cloak. However, due to the events of tonight, we'll be executing this tomorrow night. I think that everybody should take some time.
I mean, I'm doing okay.
Ellida's not doing so okay.
That's fair.
I mean, I'm calm kind of now, more calm than I will be when this wears off. But you know,
That only lasts a minute. So it's probably gone by now.
It's been worn off.
oh
Wait,
god,
no,
Just don't tell Ellida
Wanna
that.
make me just a
Yeah.
charisma save.
charisma save. Okay. Charisma save. Ah,
26. That's really high. I'm gonna say with a 26 charisma save, you like the calm emotion spell, like it wears off, but you feel like you have control over your emotions, and you feel like the anxiety and the panic like receding, and you remain in control, and you don't go back to that hyper agitated state. Definitely.
okay, perfect. All right, cool. Well, I think probably I'll be okay. Um, besides the whole being blue thing, I will have to conceal myself a lot more because people know me here.
I
Well, it's a
mean,
good thing I bought hooded cloaks.
So,
So-
do we want to go through with your friend, or do we want to try the tunnels?
We can always go through with him and break off.
we might need to leave in the tunnels.
That works.
Also, related to this, I think tomorrow, if we're not too worried about how many spells I can use, I could probably make you not blue.
Oh, cool. Awesome.
Yeah, I thought that might be helpful.
Yeah.
Would be a good idea.
I mean, does it look okay? She just kind of like does this little spin.
Pretty good blue. I'll be honest.
You like it?
Yeah. I mean, it's not too far from purple, so we're like buddies.
Aw.
Aw, buddies.
Oh, hey, yeah, look. And Brennard puts his hand in, and like it's like red plus blue equals purple.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I think we should. I think if we're, I think I can handle it. I think that everything is worn off in it, but I think that fast action is probably best because I still think that if we can get the Dragon Idol, we might be able. If we can find Galazriel, we might be able to get some more information that will help us, perhaps trick Fancy Man more efficiently.
Do you think he'd give us information like that?
Everyone has a breaking point.
Well, I mean, we're past
Yeah.
that if you already killed him.
I don't know if I killed him, Brain.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, you might have hit
Sure.
that breaking point.
Exactly.
Mhm.
And I get what you're saying. I also understand that time is of the essence. But I still think that possibly doing this tomorrow night gives us a better chance to possibly plan out an escape route now that we know that the underground tunnels are a thing. Melu can better choose their spells for that day.
Yes.
We can possibly make you not blue if, you no longer want to be blue.
Okay. Okay.
And I'm sure that there will be news of your incident tomorrow, and we might be able to get information on whether Galazriel is dead or not, because it may just be reported.
That's
Yeah.
also a good point.
Okay. Yeah. All right. And she sits down on the bed.
So yeah, I guess this is good a time as any. I got you guys some stuff.
Oh?
Oh?
She hands Brennard a scroll,
Ooh.
and she hands Melu this very decrepit book,
Oh. Thank you.
and she hands Ellida this book of poetry.
Oh, Cera. Thank you.
Yeah, you didn't have to do that.
I know I didn't.
Thank you. I feel bad we didn't get you anything, but also I have not left this hotel all day. So,
Sarah just sits at the table and she's like, "We should probably get dinner."
Right, food.
Yeah. She
Maybe
puts
with
on the cloak.
maybe with Elida's condition, we should get room service.
Amazing.
That's a good idea.
Sarah
love it.
pours herself a glass of wine.
Excellent. All right. Fantastic. Yeah, and I think we can hand wave. Y'all consume. Y'all order down into the Golden Dragon kitchen, and y'all they bring up 5-star tier dishes because y'all are at the incredibly opulent Golden Dragon Inn.
Right.
The food is delicious, and the wine is pretty tasty. Surprisingly, you kind of had expected it to be a little bit of rot gut, but it's pretty good stuff. Y'all fall asleep and wake up the next morning. There are like throughout the town you hear like the town crier like coming out with a broadsheet. And does anybody want the broadsheet?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, you call down to the young town crier and he throws up a paper to the balcony, and on the balcony or on the headline of the paper it reads Storm Giant spotted in Flamekeep.
You gotta label the storm giant.
And it reads like, yeah, it basically reads from like multiple eyewitnesses accounts of there was like a beggar that was harassing some young woman who had some form of adverse reaction to his advances, and that basically people are the writer is theorizing, the journalist, that the young woman was like wearing some kind of disguised self, and they were secretly like a storm giant in disguise, based off the lightning and the fog cloud and the giant size.
Wait, did you grow 12 feet tall? You didn't mention that.
It happened. Yeah.
Authorities are still investigating the mysterious giant personage of the large blue woman and her entourage of strange tentacled creatures.
Wait, tentacled creatures?
Oh,
What?
right. There were a bunch of floomps when you got here. I'm just gonna assume Melu knows what floomps are.
Sure. You know that they're funny little telepathic beings that are like for the most part pretty good, but they're a little shy and they're very squishy.
I
What can I roll
summoned
to
them.
see if Sarah knows what a flume is?
Yeah, go for it.
What should I even
Maybe-
roll?
I think it's Arcana,
Ar-
because I think they're aberrations, right?
Arcana?
Yeah. Maybe
Okay.
Arcana or History. A flump is actually, it is an aberration. I thought it was a celestial for some reason, but I guess that makes
I'm
sense.
gonna go with history.
They're way too weird to be celestials.
Yeah.
You know, a 9.
It's
I don't
only like a
know what
9.
flump is.
They spoke
Yeah,
celestial,
Sarah's-
it's okay.
Sarah's like, the fuck is a flump?
Oh, they're
It
like
was a friend, but then it dissolved into stardust.
they're
They were
like
really
jellyfish
nice.
creatures. They're usually pretty nice overall.
I summoned them on accident. That was another thing I did. I'm pretty sure I brought them here.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
What is it? She's like pointing at the paper. She's like, what does it say? Does it say anything about anybody in the
We haven't
the
gotten
group?
that far yet.
Continuing reading the scroll, it does read that there were several people that were killed at whatever event happened yesterday. However, they're being entered into the like the local charity drive, basically, that lets people who have died before their time be resurrected for free, and the city eats the cost.
Oh. Ellida looks like very surprised.
Sarah kind of like strokes her chin. Would this service possibly be provided by House Jarasco?
Probably, yeah. It would probably have a Flamekeep retainer providing it, but like a member of the Church of the Silver Flame doing so, but it would probably be House Jarasco would be like overseeing it, right? Like they would make a point of doing so.
Well, we got our in.
Oh? Are you gonna throw your name around again, Cera?
I mean, if it's the only way to get in to possibly see this guy, yeah.
Well, I mean, you don't have to. I feel bad that you always do that. It makes it seem like you are obligated to, when we could just get in on other means.
I mean, what are they gonna do? Find out I'm dead?
I mean, yeah.
What if they find out you're not dead?
Deal with that when it comes to it.
All right.
Also, Ellida, how do you have a +7 to your charisma?
Just sir.
I have very high charisma. You want to know how I?
Yes,
Ellida,
I do want to know, because my charisma is maxed out. How do you have a +7?
Oh, because that she rolled that as a charisma save, so that has her proficiency bonus.
Oh, yeah.
You
I'm
should have
very
something similar. You should probably have like a +8 charisma save, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, that sounds about right. Yeah. There we
I was
go.
like, wait a second.
I'm very talented with charisma. How do you think I get away with so much? And also was an unintentional cult leader, cult center, cult something.
Oh, don't you talk to me about charisma.
All right, amazing. So it's the next morning. I assume, Melu, you cast like I think that you would probably recognize that this is basically a curse on Ellida.
Yeah, I was gonna use
Mhm.
Lesser Restoration, which also means I need to pick my spells for the day. Oh boy.
Wait a second. Lesser restoration?
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. I got rid of that one.
Well,
Yeah, you're gonna have to handle it.
Okay. I'll just not prepare hold person for once.
Gasp.
Actually, why don't
No. I don't
know if I
why don't you
like
go ahead
that.
and make me an Arcana check as you're kind of like checking Ellida's
Me?
skin out. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So you can know exactly what it is see if you know exactly what it is that you need.
13?
Can I help
13.
somehow?
Yeah, go ahead. Since we'll just say you're both analyzing her, go ahead and make that check with advantage, Melu. So go ahead and reroll.
Okay.
Hey.
There we
19,
go.
nice. Yeah, a 19. You recognize that the magic seems to be pretty skin deep. More than just skin deep. You
Mhm.
check out like Elida's fingernails and stuff, and you see that it's even like affecting them, like the little pieces, like it's pure blue, and you get the sense that this isn't just some standard like disease or something. You get the sense that this is like a curse.
Okay, this might take something other than what I was going to use. Let me see. Oh, I guess I'll prepare remove curse then instead. It's a high level spell though. Melu will kind of be like, oh, okay, Ellida, you could be not blue today. Or I could have I could be prepared to cast big spells like 3 times.
Oh, you don't have to change. I can be blue another day. It's no rush, Melu.
Okay, I can.
But
I
they're
can make you not
looking
blue
for
tomorrow.
someone blue. I think this should take priority.
But
We're also. Wait. Hold
It's
on.
the difference between having a slot for mass healing word and not.
Question. So for your spells, is it a per day thing or
Yeah, I've
is it upon a long rest?
upon a long rest, I'll get my 3 spell slots back.
Okay, because a long rest is technically, why do I want to say it's like 4 or 5 hours?
No,
For
it's
me-
like
For
it's 6
for
to
an
8
elf, it would be like a
hours.
4-hour trance. Yeah.
No,
6 to 8?
for me, it's a 4-hour trance.
Oh, true.
Yeah,
Because they're a drow, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
You can still
Which
only take
means-
1 per day though.
yeah,
True.
yeah.
I can just wear something because I mean, it doesn't have to be wasted on me just to not look blue. I
Well,
guess
it's
that's
not.
all that's.
It's not a waste. I was just thinking that maybe if we get into a fight, I want to be able to keep you all safe.
Yeah, and
But I think we'll be better at avoiding fights if we don't have her blue.
That's a good point.
does it affect you sending another message to Viola?
Yeah, that would affect that too. I wouldn't be able to send another message to her probably. I mean, it depends. If we do this and then afterwards, I could send a message to Viola if I still have the availability.
Yeah, then I can. I
For a
don't know.
reminder that we have a mission that we're running tonight, so
I vote break the curse.
Okay.
I think we should not yet, if it means that you're able to do the other things that you need to do.
Cera, do you want to be the tiebreaker?
well, I would say just pull the hood up on your cloak.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. I won't prepare remove curse. I'll instead prepare mass healing word.
Okay.
Amazing. So, what is the plan for the day? Did y'all want to go to that House of Healing, a la Jurasco, or did y'all just want to like wait at the Golden Dragon for the evening? What were y'all thinking?
We're gonna go and try and see what information we can get out of Galadriel.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely. I would say so. Y'all are kind of prepping Ellida to go out. Does anybody have a disguise kit or proficiency in a disguise kit?
Nope.
No.
I don't think so.
Honestly, I expected that to be something Sarah would have.
Look, buddy, I got a lot of things I'm good at.
She gets by
That
on
ain't it.
pure charisma.
She does.
Blew Asimar before. Can't be that
That's fine.
weird, right?
I'm gonna go ahead and say, Ellida, go ahead and make a stealth check.
Ugh.
I would say at disadvantage because you're blue, but you're wearing the cloak and the sky covering yourself. So we'll say at normal. So 15. Okay. Is everybody else? Are the rest of y'all wearing your cloaks, or is it just Ellida?
I'm wearing a cloak too. Quick question though for Brennard. You have something that does detect magic, right?
Yes, I have a wand of detect magic.
Perfect, thank you.
Yeah, so y'all kind of suit up and cloaks on and head over towards the a section of the it's kind of like in the edge between the high-end shops and the residential area, and you find the House Jurasco House of Healing. You see that like as you're like kind of walking around, there's a little bit of a different vibe in the city today. You see a lot like a heavier guard presence kind of walking about. You see them like stopping a couple of like occasionally like stopping random people and like just talking to them. Like it seems like idle chit chat, but there's like, you can't help but notice that like even in the just the idle chat there are hands falling to swords. Just like it would normally seem natural, but like in this current vibe, the tension is a little palpable as y'all are kind of making your way. You do avoid detection though as you find yourself in front of the healing house of the Jurasco.
Well, Sarah is ready to throw her weight around if she must, but hopefully it doesn't come to that. Go on ahead and enter.
Yeah, and entering in, it's kind of like a pretty like clinical style building. It's very like white and orderly, and the smell of like harsh like cleaning chemicals in there. Very hospital vibe, right? As y'all are kind of entering. Much like the rest of the city, everlit lanterns are glowing brightly in this place as y'all walk in, and there is a young man working at the front desk with like mousy brown hair curled, and you see him just like idly doing some paperwork. as y'all enter in.
Excuse me.
Yes, how can I help you? He'll look up and fix you with piercing blue eyes.
Oh. Well, I do say. Sarah is like, yes, my friends and I are here to check on someone. We're afraid they may have been caught up in that storm giant mess that happened last night. Did you hear about that? It's crazy.
I didn't. I had heard, like, my husband. He mentioned something on the way home when we were eating dinner, but I didn't see anything about it till I read the broadsheets this morning. That's a pretty wild situation. Do you really think it was a giant?
I mean, who's to say, right? Crazier things have happened.
Ellida
I mean-
staying behind them and looking at the floor.
Indeed, Flamekeep it's a pretty wild place. So you said you were looking after somebody who had been hurt. You said, what was their name?
I believe the name was Galaxiebot.
Oh yes, them. Yeah. He was injured pretty badly, but it looks like he was knocked into a critical condition. We've managed to patch him up a little bit, but we're keeping him to be under observation. You know, we have visiting hours going on right now. If you wanted to see them.
Yes, that would be lovely, actually.
Great, yeah, right this way, and he'll lead you into the back. Galadriel is set up in his own in his own little private room, and he's currently like asleep in the bed. And the young man will say, "My name is Gabe. If you need anything, just jiggle the thing," and he'll point at there's like a little ringer that like it looks like it goes like the string goes up out the door and into like the little main reception area for him to maintain. And he'll walk out and shut the door behind you. The four of you find yourself in a small hospital style room with a man. He's completely wrapped in bandages. Bandages covered like every inch of his body, very cartoony. And he has like a leg up in like a stretcher. And he is asleep.
Huh. This is kind of funny. I'm not gonna lie.
Funny, huh?
Should we
Yeah.
even let him, like, so obviously we're kind of lucky he's asleep, but like, should we let him see Ellida?
Should we let him live?
Okay.
That was an escalation.
Just saying.
Melu, darling, we did not come here to commit murder.
That's fair.
Just like we didn't come here to attempt a kidnapping, we are not here to murder. We're just here to get information and nothing more.
Sarah, can I have your weapon, please?
No. She literally gestures at herself and she's just like, the moment I give it to you, it disappears.
Oh. I forgot about that.
Legitimately cannot.
I have
But,
a.
like-
Can I take out my shovel? I have a shovel apparently.
What are you wanting from this moment?
I would have threatened Galasriel. That's so
Me,
bad.
maybe we shouldn't let him see Ellida because it might raise a scene. Ellida, I'm gonna wake him up with my shovel.
Right, like, maybe we shouldn't let him see Ellida because it's going to cause a scene. Ellida, I'm going to cause a scene.
Ellida, you have a shovel, I would say. I would also say you have a knife, just as normal. You've got a knife.
Yeah, I got a knife.
I like how
Bro.
Timbo's like, you know you have weapons, right?
Yeah, it's like, I've got a knife.
Okay,
Got a knife?
first
yeah,
of all,
yeah.
I
don't
mean, if you
think that
wanted to
we should-
use the serrated edge of the shovel, I'm not going to stop you. But like,
First of all, I don't think that we should let him see Ellida.
I mean, that's fair.
Second of all, we don't need to immediately threaten his life.
Okay, but if he doesn't answer you, then I'm stepping in.
That seems fair.
Sarah just kind of looks at her like, you think he's not going to answer me?
You don't know the guy, okay? We'll see.
Is he awake? Like he's like asleep. He's not
He's
like
still asleep.
unconscious.
He's like asleep. You feel like you could rouse him, but he's heavily asleep at this point, potentially sedated. As y'all have been having this conversation, and he is not woken up.
Okay.
Oh my
I will
gosh.
give enhance ability to Cera.
Good call.
Oh, hello.
And I'll smack her on the back and be like, "You've got this, Sarah," and I'll cast guidance on her.
Okie dokie.
Yeah, I'm gonna tuck one of. I'm gonna take a feather and like kind of enchant it, and then stick it in your ear, like above your ear, not like in your ear. You know what I mean?
Wet Willy!
So you now have Eagle Splendor. You have advantage on charisma checks.
Let's go.
This is gonna be so hard for Ellida. Just to not do anything. She's just like standing there with the hood over her head.
Gotta be sure.
I mean, to be fair, you can do a lot just standing there with a hood over your head. You can sit there and look menacing.
Yeah.
You're just a hooded figure.
He's standing there menacingly.
Menacingly.
She will hold that knife in her hand, though. She will just hold it in her hand.
What are you, a Tonberry?
Yep.
Amazing.
Wait, okay, anyway, Sarah's going to, gently rouse this guy awake.
You rouse him. You rouse him to consciousness. As he does so, you see him wake with a start and look around the room, and not recognizing anybody. I'll actually, Ellida, go in and make me a stealth check.
So many stealth checks today. Alright.
So many, the stealthiest of checks. It's pretty
19.
high.
Yeah.
Pretty good. He's got an 8. He does not recognize you in the cloak. He goes, "Who are you? What do you want? You're not the regular healer."
I'm just stopping in for a visit. I believe we may have a mutual acquaintance.
Listen, man, I don't know anything about any gold pieces or any holy texts or anything like that. You got the wrong guy.
What?
Well, I didn't say anything about gold pieces or holy text, so.
He bites his tongue like.
Sarah just kind of gives him a sweet, but one of those sweet but intimidating smiles.
Uh-huh.
So, Galadriel, what's become of you? You just used to be at the height of everything, and now look at you in the slums, in a healing house after some incident with a storm giant, they're saying? A storm giant. Interesting.
What do you want from me? Who are you? He looks like you get the sense of a animal trapped in the corner in this moment. In front of, you get the sense of prey confronting a predator and not being happy with their odds.
He shouldn't
Melu
be.
will use thaumaturgy to kind of add some ominous whispers to this situation.
He'll go, I don't know anything about a storm giant or any. I don't know what you're talking about.
So how'd you end up here then?
I got hit with some freak magical accident. I don't know. One of the lights freaked out or something.
Oh, one of the lights freaked out. You weren't harassing a young woman. This all doesn't have something to possibly do with the Order of Perfect Peace, does it? Whatever happened to that racket?
you see him stammering, and like he is really trying really very hard to like avoid the question. He's just like, it's just things fall apart.
Answer
I don't know.
me.
The perfect piece? I don't know. It all broke down when Ellida ran away. She abandoned the order, and then the morning happened, almost as if it was connected, and we just said that it was, assuming that people would buy it. And they did,
Mhm.
except that they didn't take it the way that I wanted them to.
How did they
And
Is that
take
what
so,
you
it?
want to know?
how did they take it?
Well, fucking look at me, and he'll like gesture at his like heavily bandaged body. I got fucked.
Yeah, penniless in Flamekeep, and it sounds like you're still trying to run some kind of game. I mean, I know once a con artist, always a con artist. But what's this about religious texts?
I don't know. I don't know nothing about any religious text. We're just, I'm just like you said, just trying to keep the faith alive, like how it was before.
Can I roll an
Before,
intimidate check?
yeah.
Melu
Go ahead
pulls
and
out
make
their
that
hand
intimidate.
axe now.
And this will be at advantage with the D4 bonus.
They're just holding it.
Let's see. D4. 19.
19. He's gonna make a charisma save.
Ho
22.
ho!
Oh, wait, did that add the guidance D4?
Yeah, that was with the
Oh,
with the
okay,
guidance
okay.
D4, so it was 19 total.
Oh.
So I've got.
He will go.
let's
I don't
see.
know. I don't know what your. It was just a slip of the tongue. Honest. I don't know anything about any religious texts or gold pieces. You must be, when you mention a mutual acquaintance, you must be talking about Ellida. Am I right? Since you seem pretty interested in the order.
I'm interested in knowing more about the order.
Alita's fists are like shaking.
And what became of it. Do you know what's become of your old order?
I think Galadriel like maybe ignores you, Cera, and notices Alita's fist shaking, and like her hands balled up underneath her cloak and shaking, and he says, What's your problem? You got something you want to say?"
Sarah grabs his hand and gives him a little squeeze.
I'm not even gonna make you roll for it. He's basically like prone laying in this bed right now. Yeah, you deal. Go ahead and roll a d4. One. I mean, it's not like a huge amount of damage, but he's pretty badly burned and injured in this point that just grabbing him and twisting him slightly just is enough to hurt him. And he goes, "Ow, ow, ow. I'm sorry. Yes, we were having very rude of me. Conversation. What were you saying?"
Mm-hmm. Do you know what happened to the Order of Perfect Peace once shit fell through?
Melu starts to sharpen their hand axe.
I don't know. I tried to spin the lie of Ellida causing the morning to insulate myself from any backlash, but that ended up not going well because then most of my troops, most of my cultists, most of my followers, they ended up leaving me anyways. About 3/4 of them ended up following Brother Bobby into that cursed morning.
Oh, they went into the morning.
That was the last I saw them. We journeyed to the morning thinking I had spun a lie saying Ellida would meet us at the place where Cera had been at the edge. And of course she wasn't there, but when she wasn't, I lost complete control of the situation, and Brother Bobby, in a fanatical rage, managed to convince most of them to follow into the morning, saying it was their destiny or something. I don't know. And that was the last I saw a good portion of them. I wasn't going into that hellscape. Who knows what it would have done to my skin?
So you just left those people in the morning? You just let them go?
I didn't let them do anything. They left me.
Would someone by the name of Viola been one of the people that followed Brother Bobby into the morning?
Doesn't ring a bell to me. You can make an insight check.
Will do.
I feel like Ellida would say something at this point.
What does Ellida say?
She's like,
20?
"You are
I
A
need
liar.
Alita to not.
liar."
A 20 insight check. You get the sense that Galadriel is being truthful about Viola not going into the mist, but you do get the sense that he recognizes that name.
So you do recognize the name.
So Ellida calls him a liar in this
Yeah.
moment, right?
Mhm.
And Galadriel, recognizing your voice, turns to you and goes, "Ah, my child, I see you've come back to me." And with
Cera
that,
twists his hand again.
and he cries out in pain. And with that, I think we're gonna call the session there, and we'll pick up this
Oh my
continued intimidation scene next time with Galadriel.
That's 3 weeks from now.
God, Ellida, please.
Amazing. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming out tonight for this excellent game. Thank you to all the lurkers, everybody for hanging out. Thank you again to my wonderful players. We're going to go around one last time so that way everybody can know where you can find everybody. But before we do that, I think, so our next game is going to be the 26th of June, right?
Yes, because I believe we're
so.
skipping 2 weeks. So, yep, the 26th.
Yes. So
Yeah.
we're going to be off for 2 weeks, but we'll be back the 26th for the follow-up and thrilling conclusion of the Galadriel interrogation.
I thought you were going to say the conclusion of Golden Shadows. I was like, what?
Yeah.
I was like, damn.
We still got some plot. Don't worry. So let's go ahead and go in reverse order from the beginning. Dom, why don't you go first?
I play Cera. You can find me at twitch.tv/DominoRBG and twitter.com/DominoRBG.
Beautiful. Mystrich, why don't you go next?
My name is Mystrich. I stream over on twitch.tv/Mystrich. I play a whole variety of games, and I love to talk about TTRPGs.
Perfect. Next, Raichkyu.
I am Raichkyu. You can find me at twitch.tv/Raichkyu on Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. That's me.
Amazing. And last but certainly not least, Galaxy.
Hi, I'm Galaxy. You can find me primarily on TikTok at Galaxiebot. Galaxy is always spelled with an IE for me. And also on June 22nd, I'm going to be in a charity stream at on twitch.tv/that 6'1" girl. And 6 and 1 are both numbers.
That 6 foot is foot fully spelled out or FT?
Yes, fully spelled out.
And then 6 and 1 are numbers. 6'1" girl, like that?
Yes. Yeah, like that, exactly. We're doing the Real Housewives of Wildmount.
Amazing.
Maybe
I'm gonna
time.
go follow them right now because
Ooh,
I'm
I
excited
keep
for
hearing
what
good
you've been
things about
talking
video.
with that. That's gonna be real good.
They were last playing Video Horror Society. I keep hearing good things about that.
Yeah, no, they're real fun. I'm mutuals with them on TikTok. I'm glad I'm getting to do this. So
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, make sure you go support Galaxy. When was that again? The 22nd?
22nd, hopefully, I think.
Excellent. Yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun. We are going to go ahead and send a raid on out. We're going to go and raid into Kenny because I see that
Hell
they are
yeah!
playing Resident Evil.
And yeah,
Let's
just
go
as
and
a
raid it
last
into them.
reminder too, everyone remember, if you'd like to support the stream, we have both cast tips open, and then we also have a sponsor now. So if you want beard oil, which is essential oil mixed with essential oils mixed with carrier oil, so if you don't have a beard, you can still rub it into your skin, you can still mix it into a bath, you can do whatever you want to use essential oils for.
Absolutely, and it's all high quality, legendary products as well. And if you enjoyed the show, and you want to give just directly to us, we have the cast tips. We split all tips amongst everybody equally, and we can also, if you want to come join the Discord, we got lots of fun stuff going on. You want to play D&D with us? You got it. Come on down. But thanks again, everybody. I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your weeks, or your upcoming week, and an excellent Sunday. And we will talk to you all next time.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye. And right.